Hi guys, hope that you are all safe and that you are all well. I'm just coming on to do the April's tarot scope, so April blessings to you all. How are you guys all finding today? I hope you're having a fabulous day. I hope nobody's pulled any cheeky little April Fool's tricks. I'll be honest, I haven't even thought about doing anything because I've been so busy today. I haven't even had time to even sort of stop and catch my breath so far. I've had a lovely client this morning, beautiful reading, and then I've taken Oscar for a walk this afternoon. So yeah, it just feels like it's all go, 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 go today. And obviously I've got to do a few more readings later on. And then tonight is myself and Amy's charity demo for Winged Dreams. So we're doing a Zoom demonstration of mediumship. So it's going to be a fantastic night. So yeah, it's like, it just feels as we've kind of gone into this new energy, since the clocks have gone forward, it literally feels like everything is quite fast paced. Whereas before it was all quite slow and sort of ticking along. Now it feels like bum, 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 bum. It's like there's not enough hours in the day. So I don't know if anybody else is feeling that way at the moment. It's an interesting energy. So as ever, we're going to do the tarot for April time, see what we need to know about, general guidance to be given, and we'll follow that through with a Blessed Be Oracle by Lucy Cavendish to just end the session. So we're going to do here opportunities, obstacles and lessons that April has to offer for us all. So let's see what the cards want to show. Let's see what we need to know about as a collective energy. Oops. Okay, so just asking the cards to show us opportunities. Here we go. Ooh. Any obstacles that may await us. Interesting. And any lessons to be had for the month of April. Interesting. Really, really weird. Not weird, but really strange cards. Cards that wouldn't normally kind of come up. So that is a bit kind of odd. So we're going to have to sort of look at these and digest it all. So as we're going into opportunities then, so this is the opportunities for April. I think April is actually indicating to keep things very simple, try not to create problems if they don't need to be there, if they don't actually exist, because Page of Swords is coming out for opportunities. Now Page of Swords is basically, there's a clear road, there's a clear destination for you to walk, for you to travel. So there's no need to overcomplicate your journey. Now, Page of Swords is really wanting to celebrate freedom, and we can look at this from the pandemic point of view. Obviously, April is the month that, you know, we've been able to start sort of meeting up with people in gardens and things, and hopefully as the month evolves, there may be some other energies that are slightly released. So fingers crossed. Boris Johnson's roadmap is on track and on plan, and I think that's really what some of this is about also. Now, Page of Swords is cutting away, is cutting any sort of restrictions, any limitations, any ties that are binding you. So within this card, you've got these mountains in the back, and they represent all of the sort of hurts, the past traumas, the blockages, the upheavals that maybe have happened getting to this point. But within this card, there's a clear road sort of moving forward. So there's a clear destination to be had. And what's really important here with opportunities, don't deny yourself growth. So if something comes in, if there is an opportunity to progress, to excel in some way, this could be with, you know, career, employment or business. This could be with relationships. This could be with sort of spiritual or self-development. It could be so many things, but whatever opportunities await you, grab them with both hands. The key thing with the Page of Swords, sometimes they can become a little bit distracted like a magpie, and sometimes rather than just staying on the track or the pavement or the road that they're on, there's this nosiness, there's this inability to just sort of walk the journey. They need to almost explore all these side shoots or these like side alleys to make sure they're not missing anything. So sometimes the Page of Swords isn't always that disciplined, and sometimes a bit like a magpie, they can get a little bit distracted by things that might appear sparkly or shiny. So if you've got a clear sort of plan this month of April, don't sort of You know, don't veer off track too much with that. Stay focused on what the plan, what the sort of goal, what the opportunity is. So it's about keeping things very simple actually this month. Just putting one foot in front of the other, staying in control, staying light-hearted, and again, really celebrating that victory and that freedom that you've reached, because there is no blockages, there is no limitations. The sword is upright. This is all about success, victory, and truth, living the authentic pathway. A lot of people have been detaching and space clearing things from their life in order to live this more authentic way of being. But this is going to be the time period where we really start to walk that journey. So an interesting card to show in terms of opportunities. Now it's interesting because we're going into obstacles and we're going into the Page of Cups. So Page of Cups is about looking at everything from a more emotional kind of space. So because we're looking at this as obstacles, I think what's important here is don't put too much expectation upon yourself to want everything instantly. For some of you, you might be going through a healing period or like a cleansing period here, because you've got this rough water, and within the cup you've got the fish, and the fish represents new life. So this could be the birth of ideas, it could be a birth of a physical child, that might be planned or unplanned. It could also just be, you know, your focus points at this time from an emotional space. But because we've got like the Page of Cups coming in from the obstacles, this is basically indicating that maybe you're feeling a little bit blocked with your visions, with your focus. So for those people that are still having disruption off the back of the pandemic, this may be where you guys are struggling a little bit, and you might be feeling quite emotional and might be feeling a little bit blown around and all over the place, because the sort of wind is carrying her around the sort of energy of this card. But it feels a bit blowy, a bit blustery, and maybe she's not quite fully in control of things at the moment. Maybe for some of you, you're going through grieving journeys and processes of that nature and having to sort of heal and repair your world. I wouldn't say this is such a bad card, but I would say that maybe, you know, what you truly want to experience from life is perhaps limited, or you're being held back at the moment, and that could be by a physical problem or an energetic problem. For a lot of people that want to move, they might be feeling sort of a little bit stuck or a little bit tied at the moment, because the housing market has gone really crazy, particularly renting at the moment. You know, it's hard to sort of find new property. I know a lot of people that I'm speaking to, clients, are wanting to move but in a position where they're not able to because properties are just getting snapped up left, right and centre. So like I say, this is about staying really focused on manifesting what you want here with the cup, but not getting overwhelmed emotionally. So maybe some of you might feel this month is going to be a little bit topsy-turvy. Emotions might be tried and tested a little bit. Okay, so just stay focused there. Now you've got your lessons card, we got the Knight of Cups, and I think this is almost like whatever this is presenting, the Knight of Cups is trying to protect and honour. Because when knights show in tarot, they always come in to protect, to honour, or to defend something. Now in this case, the Knight of Cups usually indicates that, you know, sometimes like a younger presence is wanting to come in and help with an endeavour. Sometimes this can be around relationships or friendships, or just outward support, you know, support from an outside source perhaps. But when we look at the lessons of this, it's not allowing that cup to be robbed. So if things are feeling a little bit heavy and a little bit sort of overwhelming here, it's seeking the lessons, seeking the teachings of whatever this is offering you. But it's really important not to sort of be devalued. Don't allow anything to be sort of taken from your cup of life. So this knight is sort of standing with you, standing by your side, to really try and move a situation forward. And because he's in full armour, there is a lot of spiritual protection coming in for you here. So maybe some of you might be met with, I don't think so much betrayal, but maybe types of disappointment. Maybe some of you this month are going to place too much expectation on a situation, a circumstance, and maybe a physical person to be more than they can be. And maybe you will feel a little bit let down or a bit cheesed off because something maybe hasn't gone quite to plan or not quite as you wanted it to. So like I say, these are really, really weird cards. They're quite random cards. They're all coming in from the minor arcana. You know, whereas normally we get a mix of major and minor. So they're all minor arcana cards this month for April. So I just think April is still going to be an adaptation period with the pandemic as well. And I think this is guarding everything emotionally that you hold dear to you, that place of truth. So yeah, a strange one, you know. I don't feel like there's almost like a definite clear message in a way, because it just feels to me like opportunities, keep it simple. The key thing I get from this is don't fix it if it ain't broke. If there's a road to walk, if you know the destination it's taking you to, keep disciplined, keep doing what you're doing there. Obstacles, don't become consumed or overwhelmed by a problem emotionally. Don't get consumed in tunnel vision with something. Don't strip something into 1,000 pieces because something maybe hasn't gone quite to plan. And lessons, learn from the experience, but keep your cup of life full of hope, full of wonder, full of opportunity, you know, because he's actually saving this cup. So it's not wanting to be stolen or tarnished. He's wanting to sort of honour it and pull it back out into a victorious place. So like I say, those are a double linking. Those definitely are telling a double message or a clear combination. But let's just pick a blessings card for April and see if it gives us anything else that we need to know about. Oops. It's also quite weird because obviously with Boris's roadmap, things are still a bit disjointed at the moment, and we know that we're not going to be fully out of the woods with April. So I think it's a managing month, you know, so enjoying the magic of spring and the honouring, the welcoming back of the sun, which is lovely. And I think it is about just keeping those expectations digestible. Keep them sort of, you know, simple as possible, really. Okay, I'm just asking for a blessings card for April. It's going to give me anything. A blessing of forgiveness. Okay, that's interesting. So it goes back to this here a little bit. So if anybody has let you down, if anybody has robbed you or made you feel inadequate or devalued in some way, so this could be a relationship, this could be a family member, this could be in a working situation, this could be a lot of things. A blessing of forgiveness, it is about giving yourself permission to forgive. And when we forgive a situation, it doesn't mean that we forget, but it means that we detach. We don't allow ourselves to be triggered or to be consumed by the problem. So it's sending that vibration away with love. And in some cases, people might be listening and watching this thinking, I am not sending a person that's hurt me or let me down, I'm not sending them love. But very often, love is a vibration that is missing in their energy center. So it's not about the other person, it's about you being able to detach, send the energy in question away with love. And with the owl here, it's almost like tapping into the wise ancient power, the ancient energy. You've also got the half crescent moon, which I see as like sort of like a new beginning. So if you are holding on to stuff, and if it's sort of burdening you, or it's not healthy, or recent things have become exposed or come to the surface, try and forgive, you know, send them away with love so that you can kind of keep tapping into your own power, your own magic. And those lessons may be learnt, they might have to be healed a little bit, but it's that whole thing of what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. So I hope that resonates and makes sense for you. So a really interesting time period. I think really what I get from April is we have to be very careful, we have to be very cautious. Don't sort of feel just as the world is starting to open, don't sort of throw all of your eggs into one basket. It's that kind of feeling. I think it's about being a little bit protective, keeping a bit of your own power, your own mystique and magic back for you, and just very gently starting to access and walk the new road that awaits you here. So I hope you can make sense of this. Going to leave the energies with you. Stay safe, stay well, try and have a fabulous month, and I will look forward to catching up with some of you amazing souls tonight on the demo, but obviously over the month of April. So much love and blessings. Catch you soon. Bye.